Oh my god, this burger is so incredibly delicious on pretty much every level. Now that I've gotten you all hungry, check out this very special guest video all the way from Chicago.
Oh, hey guys! Just kidding. I'm not Lisa. I'm Jessica. I'm not in Brooklyn. I'm in Chicago. This is Oliver. He's my assistant. And today we are making sopes in a traditional Mexican fashion. Sopes are actually a very simple kind of like appetizer. It's a masa-based flatbread with all sorts of various toppings on it. But in order to get to an authentic meal, I am not only making the sopes, I'm making homemade refried black beans, or refritos, and I'm also making a salsa ranchera, which is a blended, broiled, roasted tomato, serrano chili blend of deliciousness. So let's get started. It's early on a Sunday and I'm headed off to the gym. But first things first, thought I better make some pot beans. Frijoles de olla is one way you could say it. And the creation of these authentic Mexican refried beans for my ultimate tasty dinner this evening has necessitated my first purchase of lard. I was gonna try to avoid it, decided to go authentic. Let's make some beans using some lard. So my beans have been cooking for 4 hours and now we're going to talk about this. This is epazote. I always actually thought that epazote was basil in Spanish. Turns out totally different herb. This herb in very large quantities is actually poisonous, so watch yourself. But in small quantities, it helps to avoid the gastric discomfort that sometimes occurs after eating beans.
We found this on a website.
Ancient Aztecs used epazote both medicinally and as a cultured herb. So it's sort of similar to cilantro. Smells
gross.
Not quite as pleasant as cilantro, but fresh. I mean, it smells almost a little more like oregano to me. So I'm going to add 2 sprigs to my beans for another half hour or so. And then we are going to add more lard and mash them up into refried black bean yumminess. Aha. And I'm also going to add, oh, say, that much salt. So here we have my boiled beans that I boiled.
You can't, I mean, you...
Okay, so here I have the beans that I boiled for about 4 hours this morning with some lard and some onion, and then I added the epazote. So to turn into refried beans, I'm going to chop an onion, use some more lard, and basically mash them slowly into the lard with the browned onion until it turns into what we consider refried beans. Chopped this whole onion, only need 2 tablespoons. Now I'm just going to brown this onion. So I've softened my onions. I'm going to add these beans into my lard and basically kind of keep adding beans and mashing them up. Yeah, that's cute. I'll intersperse meanwhile shots. Like, meanwhile, baby in the trash.
Meanwhile, baby.
Oh.
Okay, I gotta put you down.
Mashing beans. Harder than it seems. But they look like refried beans, so. Who's on the phone?
Who is it?
Funny Side Up calling! So, now I'm making salsa ranchera, which is a recipe from central Mexico. It's the sauce that's actually typically associated with huevos rancheros, but we are using it on our sopes today. Little known fact, my now husband brought these here exact tongs on our first date.
She didn't think I had locking tongs. Action.
So here I have tomatoes, out of season, probably not that flavorful. So the goal is to get as much flavor out of these as we can, to bring out the asado, as you might say, which is the grill flavor. And what we're gonna do is broil them, which is going to hopefully bring a little bit of char, mush the insides, and get as much flavor out of these bad boys as we can. So I am literally going to take my tomatoes, stick them in this here Corningware, an authentic Mexican Corningware, and put them under the broiler.
Hold on.
Tomatoes are getting broily toasty, and I'm just gonna turn them over and let them keep going. It's getting hot in here now. Taking my sauteed up chilies, but because I'm afraid of capsaicin in my newly LASIK'd eyeballs, now I'm going to take some garlic. Diane Kennedy speaks about the importance of the skin. She says it adds a lot of flavor. Apparently some chefs, inferior chefs, would take the skin off. Because I'm a superior chef, I'm leaving mine on. Softened.
You disagree with my style, that's fine.
I told you, I'm the director.
Action.
Okay, time to make the actual sopes. Sopes are little flatbreads of masa. Masa is refined corn. So I'm going to take 2 cups of tamale masa, add some salt for flavor, give it a bit of a stir. Now I have melted lard.
For the hands.
For the hands. Patty. Flat top. This one's already been going. You can see they brown up pretty good. In theory, you're supposed to kind of like make an indent so that your toppings have a bed. I don't see how you do that without burning your fingers off. So ours are just going to be flat.
Hi, I'm your cameraman. Right now, I'll be chopping radishes.
All right, eating time. Mexican sopes, fiesta for me. So it's supposed to be a Mexican appetizer, finger food. Let's try. That's good. The tortilla corn flavor of the sope itself is definitely the strongest flavor. And while the salsa was really hot by itself, when it's with all these other mild ingredients, it adds a lot of flavor, and you can definitely tell that the tomatoes were roasted as opposed to just blended.
They're not like a complete kind of meal for your tongue. It's an interesting way of looking at it.
Oh. Mexican sopes, delicious, yummy. Back to you, Lisa.